I'm not really fond of the Velma show, which I think is sort of borderline horrible. And I don't mean to be unkind to Velma, but I have to be truthful. I watched it and I was mostly sort of horrified, because I think you can only stretch a concept so far in a certain direction. And that one, it's like the more recent Muppet show that was on ABC, where there were the Muppets, but it was just not really the venue for them, the sort of adult primetime venue. And I think it's really important to always remember the essence of why a franchise works, so that when you try to do new things with it, you don't lose the spirit of what it's all about. One of the greatest compliments that they ever paid me on Spider-Man, I would run into fans at that time, and they would say, it's just like the comic book. In point of fact, I changed a lot of things that were in the comic book. And in a lot of ways it wasn't, but it felt like it was just like the comic book. And I think that's the thing you have to be careful about, is you have to always retain the spirit of the original franchise that you're playing with. And I think Velma doesn't do that. I think if they had just done a whole separate show and called it some other character, that would have worked better than trying to make that be Velma.
Yeah, I think if you understand the essence of the character inside and out, you can change it in whatever way you feel necessary, really. Like, if there's one thing that I love about your take on Spider-Man, is that for maybe a lot of things were different from the source material, it's like you really, really understood Peter Parker at his core, and so that's why all the changes and adjustments worked. I think the issue with Velma is it changed a lot and it didn't necessarily understand all of the characters and what they would do, wouldn't do. And even if they were to change a bit, it was to a point where it didn't feel like you were watching them in another take. So I think
Yeah.
that's kind of where that fell apart quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I think you have to be true to what makes the thing popular in the first place.